Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, June 19th, 2018, and you've joined me here on Morning Light. So today, I hope you're all up and at it. It's going to be a work day for me. I'm trying to feel strong and get back to normal, so got to get at some things before the summer ends. So hopefully you guys are out and enjoying this great weather and just being a part of God's beautiful world and just enjoying everything. But hey, yesterday we talked about perfect storms, and so I shared with you just a little bit about my sickness and how things have kind of brewed up to that. And so I just wanted to continue today and having showers of blessings. And so many times we get in a pattern and we almost feel like the days of Noah when it's rained for 40 days and 40 nights and the flood waters are rising and it's continuing to overtake us. And there's a verse I found in Genesis 41:52 that says, God has made me faithful. God has made me fruitful in the land of my suffering. And that's in Genesis. One of the things is that so many times we think that when God rains down on us affliction and suffering or allows it, or even for an extended period of time, we often think, God, what are you doing? I feel like I'm going to drown, and I'm going to drown in this flood of sorrow and despair. And so many times God is doing something even greater. And there's something I found in the Streams in the Desert, my absolute favorite devotion that I shared with you that goes so beautifully with this. I got to put my glasses back on. Aging process is starting to really hit me. So it says, dear friend, are you completely mistaken? God is not raining rain on you. He is raining blessings. If you will only believe your Father's word, you will realize that springing up beneath the pounding rain are spiritual flowers, and they are more beautiful and fragrant than those that ever grow before in your stormless and suffering-free life. So the things he talks about is God is raining down to teach you tender compassion for others of suffering. And he's trying to burst something in you that you may not have known if you didn't have that time of suffering. So would you be willing to know that God is not only teaching you something through this suffering, the time of raining down blessings and good morning, and would just be a time of growth. Something that the rain often does is that washes things away. We talked about that yesterday in the perfect storm, that so many times God wants to rain upon us goodness and blessing, but in that we think that it's really more of a sadness, a despair, and God, where are you? Why aren't you helping me? Why do you continue to let the terrible rain showers, flood my soul with depression or sadness or despair? Could this be a time that God is using to grow something up in you? Like this talks about flowers of compassion and tenderheartedness. I know that people, when somebody's gone through something, there's no greater person than to talk to that person who's gone through it. So, maybe you've lost a child, and unfortunately now you're part of that group of that one that no one signs up for. You will be the person that ministers to another parent who loses a child. Maybe you are a caregiver of a cancer patient, or a terminal illness, or wayward children, or the wife of an alcoholic, or whatever it may be. Maybe you've suffered financial loss, and who greater than to have compassion and mercy on the person or persons who now is going through that storm that would know otherwise not have any idea how to deal with it. So I just want to encourage somebody today, if you feel like God has not let up on the rain of affliction, the suffering, would it be that God is bringing so many blessings in your life, the kind that, we don't really see as blessing? So many times we'll pray for patience and then God will give us a difficult person. Well, we prayed for it, so guess what? He's giving us someone that's going to require a lot of patience. Or, we need some more tenacity or endurance, and God will put you through a time of strength building and, building those muscles up of, God, I can't take it anymore. He's like, no, you can. I'm just building this endurance, this perseverance into you that you so desperately need. And make where we would have been weak before, and like this devotion says, when we were suffering less, and we didn't know what it was like to suffer, but now we do, because so many times, unless we've gone through that experience, God can't really use us until we become part of that. So don't be discouraged today. I just want to encourage somebody who feels like the rain showers just do not quit. You feel like, headwaters right here. We talked about Peter yesterday and how he walked upon the water. He went out when Jesus bid him to come out and walk on the water with him. And it was not until Peter took his eyes off of Jesus that he started to sink. And it says that in the Bible. We've got to keep our eyes on Jesus no matter what you're going through, no matter what heartache you're going through, no matter how deep the water gets, no matter how tough the rains pour down. No matter if it seems to be washing everything else out of your life away, there might be a very good reason why God is removing stuff from your life that he doesn't want. Sometimes it's good things and we're like, God, what are you doing? And we don't understand and we're thinking, what are you up to? Why are you taking this person or this situation or this job or my health? Or what is it that you're doing in my life that you would take something, let the floodwaters take it away from me? Well, we have to know this. And think about the days of Noah when God, filled the earth with a flood, and the only people he saved was Noah and his family. And it talks about Noah was the most righteous man in all the world. Now, was he perfect? No, but he was of a perfect generation. He was only the last set of people that had not become corrupted. And God had to wipe out everything on the earth because it was so corrupt. And so I think of it in this, is there something in your life, and even the things that we may even think are good, does God have something better for us? And so many times we hang on to those things that we think are really good, but God says, I have better. And we settle for good when God wants to give you best. And so we have to be mindful that as the Lord washes away, remember we talked about yesterday, the storm sometimes clears the path of what needs to go. Doesn't mean it's always a bad thing, just means that we need to clear the way for what's ahead. And not to fall under that storm of affliction when we feel like, you know what, God, I can't take it much longer. I feel like I'm going to drown here. There's a great picture, I don't know if you guys have seen it, maybe on Pinterest or social media, where Jesus is reaching down into the water. Maybe I'll post that today. Down underneath the water. It's like we've gone down, we've sunk underneath there, and he is reaching down in there for you. So if you feel like you're in that place today, just under the storm clouds, the rain just doesn't let up, you're like, God, what gives? I get it. I've been through that this last 6 months. I totally get it. I'm like, God, how much more are you going to allow happen? But I've also been mindful that something that God's really, really been impressing upon my heart in the last week or two, just especially through this sickness, is that, you got to trust me, and trust me through everything, the good, bad, and the ugly. And I have the good plans for you, and I may be cleaning things out of your life with the rain showers, with the storms that you didn't necessarily thought needed to go, but God has a bigger plan in what's ahead. So he does know what's ahead. He knows what we need. He can see the forecast. We can't always see that forecast, that storm that could be coming. He may be preparing us for another storm that, we're going to have to stand, dig both heels in and be strong and, protect our family, protect our faith. We don't know what's ahead in this world. So, don't be so quick to be upset with God and just, be angry because he hasn't let something pass on, or that he continues to let the rain showers fall. Because remember that underneath all of that rain is he's growing something, probably beautiful flowers of blessings for you. And those blessings come sometimes at a high cost. And we know that sometimes things get drowned out, and that's okay too. We need to let some things go. So I just want to encourage anybody today who's feeling under the weight of the water, who feels like you're sinking, who feels like you're going under one more wave, and you won't be able to take it much longer. And I know I wrote something recently about a tsunami wave. It was like tsunami wave after tsunami wave has just hit us. And, I felt like in my spirit, God just said, you've become a really good surfer. So when you are hit with those waves, you got to be mindful to jump up on that board and just, whatever life has dealt you, it's kind of like the lemonades. If you are given lemons, build a lemonade factory. Don't just make lemonade, build the factory. So you may be in it for the long haul, but God is with you every step of the way, friend. And know that, and you can trust him. You can trust that he has the plan, and you can trust that he holds your hand. And like yesterday we talked about, he just reaches out and the wind will stop. Cry out to God in your fear. Cry out to him when you're scared. But just whatever you do, don't take your eyes off of him, because that's where he is going to stay engaged with you. He's going to keep you safe. He's going to keep you from harm. So I hope you all have a good day today. It's going to be another beautiful hot day out here today. Be well, drink lots of water, and take good care of yourself. And I'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning on Morning Light. Bye-bye.